Hello, everyone. We are live. Yep, the mic is going good. We'll do a quick sound check. I know it is overnight, 5 in the morning here on the East Coast, so I don't expect too many people on the live right now, but at least on the replay, we should definitely get more views. So if you are watching the replay, let me know down below in the comments section. If you're watching the replay, by the time you see this, if you're on the live version, well, you could let us know where you're tuning in from right now. And the city, the state, let us know down below in the comment section or on that little chat there on the left or right of your screen. But we do have some people actually hopping on board right now. Thank you so much for joining us in this early morning, or for me, it's still late evening, depending on your sleep schedule. But we do have quite a few people hopping on right now. If you are first joining us, as always, make sure you do a couple things for me. Number one, go ahead and smash the like button. I'd appreciate that. Also, go ahead and let us know when you're tuning in from. So let us know on the left or right. Awesome. We've got some hardcore fans here. Never miss a beat. Love to see Storm Ops. Great guy or woman. We don't really know. You can let us know. But thank you so much. Okay, very good. It's Syracuse. That's not some in Long Island. Okay. So we're talking about unemployment here. And we're also talking about this new bill from the New York City Council. Talking about that. Very interesting. We've never really seen anything like it proposed before, so we'll be discussing that. Just do a quick sound check on my end, just to make sure we are running smoothly. We are good. I have everything in my notes here, my screenshots ready to go. I'll show you guys on my phone, as I don't have the software necessary to show you guys my computer screen and go live at the same time. I'm not an expert streamer, but that's all right. So I figured I would do this live right now. I apologize if I didn't necessarily get to do it on September 8th. But right now, I'm still awake from September 8th, so it's 8th in my mind, but it's the 9th now, and I'm not going to be able to do it later tonight because I will actually be at a concert in the city. So figure I'd do it now, and all day yesterday, Wednesday, I was actually handling and dealing with getting approval for funding and a mortgage for my second property. I know someone mentioned that in the last live, and they congratulated me on that first one that I closed on a couple months ago, and we'll be working on that second one. We have an accepted offer, and I'll let you guys know how that goes. And of course, I'll be making content surrounding that second property. But today we are talking about unemployment. Again, you might be catching the replay of this, most likely. So if you are, let us know down below in the comments. Say the word replay. If you're on the live, you could say live in the chat and let us know where you're tuning in from. Make sure you go ahead and smash the like button if you haven't already. And I think we're ready to get started. So we've had a lot of questions and comments and concerns in the comment section. Many people still on unemployment, and they're inquiring about in regards to if they're able to get more money, can they reapply for unemployment? If they have 0 effective days, what does that mean? If they still have some days left in their unemployment, some effective days remain, what does that mean? So many different questions and concerns. So hopefully we can try to address some of those concerns in this live. Of course, we can do it in another live if you guys have additional questions. If we don't cover what you'd like to be covered in this video, we can cover it in the future updates. But we do have some tweets from the New York State Department of Labor. They're very active on Twitter. It's a great resource if you're interested in learning more, and you can actually ask the New York State Department of Labor Twitter some questions, and hopefully they'll get back to you. They don't get back to everyone, but that's a great resource if you have some pretty niche particular questions. Hopefully they can help you out. But we do have some questions and answers that they have posted on their Twitter in the last few days. So for example, the New York State Department of Labor here, you can see on the tweet, might be backwards. Let's see, the lighting's not perfect. Maybe we can get it. Maybe if I lower the brightness, maybe that will do it a little bit better. All right, so basically the question there we go, that's pretty good. Question there at the top is, will unemployment benefits continue for anyone after September 5th? And for the most part, that is correct, that it will end on September 5th or 6th, depending on when you get your payment dates. Yes, if you are on PUA, if you're on PEUC, if you're on the pandemic era programs, yes, unemployment will end for you. There is no additional payments. This is it. You might have received your last payment, or maybe it's still on the way to you because of the holiday. Probably you're on those pandemic programs, and most likely, if you are on unemployment, will not be able to receive any more money. However, some traditional UI claimants with effective days remaining may continue to be eligible for benefits after September 5th. So we had someone comment in the comment section. Very good, Storm Ops. Like to see the like button smashed. So, and if you're first joining us, good evening or good morning. As always, give this video a good little thumbs up. Just help the YouTube algorithm. I do appreciate it. So we did have someone comment in the last live, not on the live version, but the replay of it after it was posted, that they had effective days remaining. They had 20 effective days remaining. And what does that mean? Well, that means that you are on traditional UI, unemployment insurance. And yes, you will be able to collect a couple more payments. You will be able to collect, you might be able to squeeze out maybe 2 or 3 additional unemployment payments. You should be able to see your payment scheduling. And of course, make sure to continue certifying your benefits and filing that claim every week to actually receive the benefits. Otherwise, you're not going to receive them. But yes, if you are on traditional UI, you could potentially receive more payments. So if you have no effective days remaining, regular UI claimants may reapply after their BYE date, their benefit year-end date. PUA claimants can apply for UI beginning on the 9th, so that is actually today, Thursday, for 9th, and you want to wait until today. Obviously, we can't go back in time, but it was preferred that you wait until the 9th, so that way there's no confusion, there's no overlapping applicants and outstanding payments. Now, do please note that New York State Department of Labor will have to review your eligibility for regular UI, which has different eligibility requirements than PUA. This is very important because, remember, PUA is a pandemic-era program that has to do with people that lost their work because of the coronavirus, because of the COVID-19 pandemic, whereas regular UI has nothing to do with the COVID-19 pandemic. You lost your employment for other reasons having nothing to do with the coronavirus. Martin is saying he has not even received his 2019 taxes. I am assuming your tax refund for 2019. It is possible that you owed money to the government. You had some outstanding balances, and that refund went to, to pay off those debts. So that's certainly possible. I'm not an accountant, but certainly consult with your accountant and see what's going on. Now, the Department of Labor Twitter also said that will federal benefits continue for weeks after 9/5, September 5th? And again, make it very clear, no. PUA, PEUC, EB, which is extended benefits, that's essentially a program that is applicable in certain states that allows these states with high unemployment rates to continue paying out. And that's not a pandemic-era program. Extended benefits has been around even before the pandemic. And FPUC benefits will not be paid out for the weeks after 9/5 per federal law. UI claimants with effective days remaining may continue to be eligible for benefits. Again, we discussed that if you're on regular UI, you may be able to continue claiming because you might have effective days remaining, and you might be able to reapply as well, depending on your circumstance. It is totally a case-by-case scenario, and there's so many different variables that I can't necessarily give a blanket statement to everyone. Now, when is the last week of received benefits from PUA and other federal programs? Again, claimants who are unemployed and otherwise eligible can certify for their final week of federal benefits from September 5th to 9/11. September 11th, benefits will be delayed by 1 day for Sunday claimants to Labor Day. So again, some people did not receive their payments on their normal, actual benefit receive day that they're used to, their benefit receipt day that they're used to, because the holiday, there was a day or 2 delay. Now, do note that even though it says September 5th to 9/11, right, that doesn't necessarily mean that you'll be able to get benefits up until 9/11. What that means is if you did not already certify your benefits for the week ending in 9/6, that you'll actually be able to certify those benefits up until 9/11. So you have some grace time, right? You don't have to do it that second, but if you want your money as soon as possible, of course, the sooner the better. But you will be able to, if you forgot for whatever reason, maybe I'm reminding you right now, this is a good reminder. If you did not certify yet, you have up until 9/11 to collect your last payment and certify your benefits then. So a little bit of grace time if you did not necessarily claim the last day that you were, or at least the last day that most people are on unemployment. So that's what we know about unemployment, and hopefully that addressed some of your questions and concerns that we had in the comment sections in my last couple lives. I know some people are very confused. They're hearing mixed messages and they don't understand the difference between certain programs, and it's hard to distinguish between some of them. That's totally understandable. So hopefully that addressed some of your questions and concerns. Some people have still not received their last payment from unemployment. It could still be on the way to you, so do look out. Again, there should be like a little bit of delay because of the Labor Day holiday and paying your bank and the processing time. That's also a case-by-case scenario. What I also want to cover, sort of the opposite of unemployment, is employment. And this is very interesting. This is an article. Let me bring it up here. I have it on my computer. Let me bring it up on my phone. It's a New York City Council bill. It has not necessarily been effectuated. It's just a proposal. But this is the article right here, and this is very interesting. There's certainly other news outlets covering this employment news, and it's surrounding this bill here from the New York City Council in regards to hotel workers. So I'm curious if we have some hotel workers. Let me know down below in the chat or comments. So unemployed hotel workers could get a big financial boost under a New York City Council bill that would require hotel owners to pay them up to $1,000 a week in severance pay, a move that could also serve as incentive for hotels to reopen. As we know, the hotel and hospitality industries got crushed because of the pandemic. The new bill, which Queens Councilman Francisco Moya plans to introduce Wednesday, would target hotels where 75% or more of workers remain unemployed, or where at least 50% of rooms remain out of use. Perhaps they were used to shelter people that were homeless. Out-of-work employees at those essentially closed hotels would receive $500 weekly payments for 15 weeks. Payments would then increase to $1,000 a week for the next 15 weeks under this bill. The measure is being pushed by the Hotel Trades Council, the politically powerful union that represents hotel workers in the city. President Rich Morocco said he had of the Hotel Trades Council. He had said, quote, "The goal is really twofold. The first is for the employees of that subset of hotels that have chosen just not reopen their doors anymore to have a little cushion in terms of a source of income to help put food on the table. The second goal of the bill is to help incentivize those hotels that are on the fence to reopen. Still, many hotels have not reopened." In fact, according to this stat here, this is why this bill is so important and so vital to get passed, is that 90% of hotel workers were unemployed. So that is a dramatic, significant number. This is a very interesting bill, and it could incentivize people to get back to work. It could incentivize people to, stop being unemployed, and hopefully other unions, other fields and industries could also do something similar in addition to the hotel industry to hopefully, kickstart and start the road to recovery. So that's very interesting and would definitely benefit a lot of people, especially the hotel workers, up to $1,000 a week in severance pay. That's pretty generous. Granted, it may not be as substantial in other areas, or rather New York City compared to other areas of the country, but it's still a lot, and that's, that is more than what an unemployed hotel worker would be collecting on unemployment just because of the limits in New York State. So this severance pay would actually give them more, especially $1,000 a week. That would certainly give them more than what they were collecting on unemployment. So certainly incentive there for hotels and the employees, and it could also hopefully create a domino effect where you have this playing out in not just New York City, but New York State and other states, as well as other industries and fields could offer this incentive. That would be super generous. And, now unfortunately, because of that pay, it might mean that they may not be able to raise the minimum wage. It might mean that they might have to cut back on some workers because, that is a very costly expense for a hotel to have, especially following the COVID-19 pandemic, where, hotels are first starting to earning again and collecting revenue. It is certainly a high expense to have. Some overhead would have to be factored in there. But, that is certainly something very interesting that I came across. And I am curious, what the breakdown looks like right now of those of you that are unemployed. How many of you are still collecting because of UI? How many days you have remaining? Or were you on a federal program where everyone got cut off on September 6th? And now, what is your go-to plan? I mean, are you going to return back to work? Are you working from home? Are you trying to reapply for unemployment? I am curious about some of the people's statuses here. You certainly have a lot of people on unemployment coming to this video. What I also want to do is just quickly remind you that the unemployment petition is still active and live. So if you wanted to sign that, it's free to sign. It doesn't cost you anything. I'll just put it in the chat there and I'll also put it in the comment section. The petition that we created, it now has over, I believe, 500 signatures last time we checked. We're on the road to 1,000. And, you know, it's free to do so. It doesn't hurt to sign it. Certainly, if it got a lot of attention, you know, statewide or even countrywide attention, that could certainly trigger something, someone to say something. So, you know, it doesn't hurt to sign. It's free to do so. And some people even donated money. Like I said, you don't have to donate a nickel. It's totally, totally optional. I'm not forcing you to give any money, but that money does go to promote the petition a little bit more. But I didn't put any money into it, so you don't have to by any means. But it was really generous of some people to actually, you know, especially people that are employed and can't necessarily afford to lay out additional expenditures, for those people to actually put money into this petition. I was shocked to see that, you know, even if it's just a couple dollars, it's something that a lot of people don't even have. So that's essentially going to be it, and we'll wrap up this live for today. Depending on your sleep schedule, again, it might be the morning or still the evening for you. Certainly, it is still the evening for me. I don't wake up this early, don't worry. But I look forward to seeing you guys in the next live. I appreciate everyone that watched today, and you might be catching the replay if you are. Thank you so much for watching and sticking around to the end. And as always, go ahead. If you want to see more videos like this, make sure you are subscribed to this channel. Click that big red button and that notification bell. As always, go ahead and smash the like button. I'd appreciate that. If you want to get some free stocks, as always, links down below in the description of this video. Sign up with Robinhood and or Webull, the brokerage platforms. You'll get some free stocks, some dive up to thousands of dollars in some cases. Take a chance, see what stocks you get. Just open up an account, and you and I, when we both get some free stocks, totally fair deal. If you want to connect with me on social media, I'm on Instagram at Logan Kohn, LOGANKOHN, and I look forward to connecting with you there. You can follow me, I'll follow you back. And that's essentially going to be it. Hope you enjoyed this video. I look forward to seeing you guys in the next one. Take care for now.